Hey y'all, welcome to the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch, Homestead Happenings, episode 22. I'm Susan. Grab you something warm to drink and get into a comfy chair. Are you excited about 2026 yet? I know I am. This year, my channel theme is the Resourceful Homestead. I'm building off previous topics like decluttering, intentional living, simple living, and frugal living, as we are in our golden years. Today's topic, the Resourceful Homestead Inventory and Purge. Look around your homestead, your pantry, your closet. Are you surrounded by tools, ingredients, or clothes that are actually slowing you down? Today, we're not just decluttering, we're performing an operation, resourceful. Taking an honest, brutal inventory to find the hidden gold and purge the dead weight. If you want to stop buying things and start using things, stick with me. Later in the show, I'll take you out to the duck pen for a moment of resourcefulness in action, doctoring our blind duck's injured eye socket with a little petroleum jelly. It's a reminder that we must use the resources we have, even medical supplies, to care for our flock. Before we inventory our barns, let's inventory our hearts. 1 Timothy 6:8, King James Version. And having food and raiment, let us be therewith content. In one straightforward little verse, the Apostle Paul gives us the ultimate simple rule for living: food, clothing, and contentment. The resourceful homestead finds joy not in acquiring more, but in maximizing the simple necessities that we already possess. First, we need to look at our financial and material inventory. The more clutter you have, the less you use any single item. True frugal living isn't just about saving money, it's about maximizing what you already own. Clutter is chaos, and it will rob you of your living space and your peace of mind. Over the years, we have acquired a lot of stuff, and I've been working in the green bedroom, and let me tell you, it became a catch-all for anything that did not have a home to store it. It can also be a financial drain when you spend money on unnecessary stuff, like buying multiples of the same item just because you can't find it. A few years ago, I was given a lot of craft books, crochet and knit books, and yarn. The idea was to turn the green bedroom into a guest/library/craft room. It could be a useful space, right? Well, it became a catch-all, and I knew I would never use all the craft items in my lifetime. I just took on someone else's headache. Instead of me holding on to what I will never get around to, it was time to purge. That also includes books. By downsizing, I'm making better use of our space, saving money by selling off the excess if possible, or donating it if it doesn't sell locally. The money raised by selling off the things that we no longer need can be used elsewhere on our mini farm. We need 2, maybe 3 new coops this year, and a lot of goals also need money for supplies and building materials, etc. Have you ever heard of the 90-90 rule? The questions to ask yourself are, have I used this item in the last 90 days? If not, will I use it in the next 90 days? If the answer to both is no, it's a candidate for the purge. This applies to tools, pantry goods, and even old seeds. Yes, I said it, even the old seeds. A broader rule is, have you used it in the past year? Like my books and craft items, unused items saved in case I need it, can become clutter over time. Once the clutter is dealt with, you have a better understanding of what you own and if you use it in the future. Of course, you have to have the mindset to get in there and do it in the first place. Having the mindset is the first step to a cleaner, more organized homestead, and you know exactly what you have. I used to joke with my daughters about their inheritance, that it would be books and craft stuff. Not any longer. Mom's purging it. Pick one space to work on, get your donate, keep, sell boxes ready, and a bag for the trash. Really, don't just shove it in a box and store it for later, because later never comes and you have now created more work for yourself or someone else. There's another rule to follow. Once you have inventoried and purged a space, you will need to seasonally go through and revisit that space. Purging clothing, for instance. Closet space is limited in our home. So we created a system where the winter clothing is on one side and the summer clothing is on the other side. This eliminated me bagging up clothes to change with the seasons. It also eliminated me taking it in and out of the bags and hanging it back up. But I do need to periodically take inventory of my closet. Clothes too big or too small, stained or worn out, needs to be purged. If I'm not wearing it, but it is still in decent shape, I can also resell it or donate it. It makes my closet space so much easier to manage when I do this. Turn the hangers in the opposite direction as you go through the year. If the clothes are still on the hangers facing the wrong direction, those haven't been worn and it's time to purge them. Also, I practice purging something each time I buy something new to wear. That way, my closet doesn't get overcrowded. Here's a challenge for you. Go through one junk drawer or one shelf in the barn or a forgotten corner in your freezer this week. What did you find that you completely forgot that you owned? Let me know in the comments what areas of your home you will inventory and purge this week. Resourcefulness isn't luck. It is diligence. It's using our minds to plan and prepare, and that's where the true abundance comes from. Proverbs 21:5 says, "The thoughts of the diligent tend only to plenteousness, but of everyone that is hasty only to want." By inventorying our skills, sharpening our minds as much as we sharpen our tools, we ensure that we have plenty of solutions, not just stuff. Doing a skills and knowledge inventory in the Resourceful Homestead is less about supplies and more about skills. What are your hidden assets? Maybe your skill is bread making or basic sewing, maybe simple carpentry, food preserving like freezing and canning. I know in our homestead, most of my time is in the kitchen preparing food for long-term storage. Take a moment to inventory your time. Are you spending hours on social media, or are you spending 20 minutes learning to sharpen a tool? Time is our most valuable resource. When we waste our time, the real needs become neglected. Here's something to think about. If the store shut down tomorrow, what is the single most valuable skill you can rely on? We purge the physical clutter to make room for mental clarity. We aren't just cleaning the pantry, we are seeking wisdom. The goal isn't just to clean a shelf, but to clear the mind, to focus on what truly matters in our homestead. Proverbs 4:7 says, "Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. In order for us to get wisdom, we need to practice purging as an act of seeking understanding in our own lives. The simple living mindset shift is intentional living. A cluttered home leads to a cluttered mind. Purging an item isn't a loss. It is creating a mental bandwidth to focus on your core homestead goals. My mom was a fanatic about keeping the home tidy. She spent her days cleaning, cooking, and serving her family. Clutter can take your focus away from what's truly important to you. It steals your peace and your joy. You will never find either living in constant clutter. The next best use before you buy anything new is ask, what resource do I already have that I can do at least 80% of this job? Like using old towels or t-shirts for cleaning rags instead of buying those expensive, specialized cloths. Simple living mindset is using what you have instead of needlessly spending money on something you really don't need. Being resourceful with what you already own saves you time too. No need to run to the store, waste gas just to buy some pretty packaged cleaning cloths. The job can get done sooner. With our injured blind duck, I didn't run to the store, but utilized something already on hand that will help heal and protect the eye socket. Instead, I used my knowledge of what works and won't harm the duck. The petroleum jelly works better than Blue Coat for eye injury. Blue Coat will irritate the eye socket and hurt the duck more. This is the essence of the Resourceful Homestead. We manage crisis with being prepared, having a skill, and remaining calm. We use inventory that we have built, supplies, knowledge, and a lot of courage. Here's a challenge for you this week. To pick just one area that needs decluttered, one drawer, one shelf, one skill, and apply the inventory and purge principles. Stop overthinking about doing it and just do it now. No procrastination allowed. Share your hidden gold find. Head over to my community tab and tell me your victory this week. What was your forgotten treasure that you unearthed? Use the hashtag MyHiddenHomesteadGold. If this episode sparked an idea or you're ready to embrace 2026, the Resourceful Homestead life, please hit the subscribe button and take 2 seconds to leave a comment. It's the biggest thing you can do to help the Resourceful Homestead theme this year to top the charts. Make yourself a list of goals and start marking them off your list. Our schedule has changed. Long-form videos drop Monday and Friday. Podcast every Tuesday at 6 a.m. The third Thursday is a live stream at 11 a.m., all Central Standard Time. This year, my plan is to bring you more of what you like and get myself motivated to inventory and purge, more DIYs, homestead reality, homestead kitchen, and a whole lot of faith. Our next podcast will be on frugal living in the cold months. Be blessed and a blessing. Until next time. Here's some content I think you might like. Thank you for visiting our homestead. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hype, and share to help our small channel grow. See you next time for more simple living, frugal tips, and farmyard fun.